Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a nice short little review about some of my favourite primers. I mean, I just don't know, and I should really try and count them, how many primers are actually on the market today. I mean, in a beauty haul, I'm sure you will walk through probably about 300 different primers, if not more. And there's no wonder I get email after email, text after text, asking me, Phils, what is the best primer to use? And the simple answer is, it's hard to tell, okay? I can prescribe and I can tell you the primers that I personally have tested out and that I have reviewed and that I have tried myself. But ultimately, you need to try these primers out for yourself to check that they work for your skin tone, for your skin type, and also that they work in conjunction with your makeup that you're using. Some primers out there sometimes don't work very well with certain foundations, and you'll only know that through trial and error. So it's going to be a bit of, you know, taking recommendations from someone like myself or friends or whatever you read in the magazines, and then buying it and seeing if you like it. But I would say the first thing that you need to really make sure you understand, as I say through loads of my videos, is understanding your skin type. And if you know your skin type, then it will be easy to understand the type of primer that you need to use on your skin. For example, if you were going to go and paint your house and you wanted to paint the wall, and there was a different texture to your wall than a normal wall, you may pick up a primer that works with that particular texture. The same is going to go to your face as well. So if I am doing makeup on myself or client, and my client has normal skin, then I will use a primer for normal skin. If the skin is oily, I will find a primer for oily skin, which will help absorb any excess sebum, the oils that are produced on your skin, and to help to keep those oils back, to stop them coming out. You may have really dehydrated skin. Perhaps you have a more mature skin and you lack the moisture and you want more of that glow in your skin, so then you'd pick a primer for dehydrated, dry skin, and so on. And the list goes on. And some brands only have one primer. Some brands, like Laura Mercier, for example, have like 5 or 6 different primers, and they really help you to understand. They help you make sure that you understand your skin first before you choose your primer, because the worst thing you can do is put, for example, say you're oily and you buy a really hydrating primer, your foundation is going to slide. Not only is it going to slide, it will probably start to separate. So you don't want that. It's not a good look. But anyway, over the last decade, I've gone through loads of different primers, from Bobbi Brown to Benefit to NARS to Glossier. I mean, you name it. I've gone through loads of them. MAC. I'm trying to think who else I've used. I'm put on the spot now. Anyway, so I've used a range of different primers, and I think what's really interesting for me as an artist is I started off my career using Laura Mercier primer, and I stopped using those primers when some new primers came out, because obviously, you know, I always want to know what the best next good thing is, and so I stopped using the Laura Mercier primers, and I also wasn't loving the formula at the time. And they've actually changed their formula since I started using them for the better. And in the last year, actually over lockdown, I came back to my favourite Laura Mercier primer. And the reason being is that I started using I've been using Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, as you've probably seen from my IG stories, for quite a long time. Well, actually, I'd say like a good couple of years now. And what I was finding was that I was having a love-hate relationship with foundation. This foundation is cult. It is a foundation used all over red carpets by celebrities worldwide. And when I started using it, I was like, yeah, it's really, really nice. And then I'd get a different skin type and I'd be like, oh, I don't like it. And I'd be using the same primer that, I'm not going to name and shame, but I'd been using the same primer for like years. And I was just like, it's just not working with this foundation. Why is it separating? Or why is it not staying as long as it needs to be? And why am I not loving the foundation like I need to? So I did a lot of research and testing and playing, and I was like, hang on a minute, I'm going to go and get a sample of my Laura Mercier and see how it sits underneath it. So I got my samples, and I must have tried it on about 10 different women of all different skin types, like dry skin, oily skin, flaky skin, rosacea skin, like, you know, everyone. And I realised that this primer sits unbelievably under the Armani foundation, as it does with their own foundations, of course, as well. And so I came to realise that there is a reason that this primer is cult, because it makes your makeup sit unbelievably, like seriously, and it makes it last so long as well. So the two that I've actually got, and before I kind of expand my primers, but the two that I have, this is the Pure Canvas primer, and this one here is for it's silicone free as well. This is for blurring, any imperfections on the skin, and for you if you suffer from dry skin. So it comes out looking like a cream, and you don't need very much, and when you blend it down, it blends really, really matte. So where I like to put it is in the T-zone, on the nose, and again, less is more, don't apply too much, and then around this area here to blur the pores as well, around this sort of area, and especially on the chin as well. And it's amazing. And I used to use the Hourglass Mineral Veil for oily skin. That still is a product that I have in my kit and I love to use, but I use it more sort of in the summer months when it's really, really hot, because it really stops your makeup from melting, as does this as well, but I love that Hourglass one. The other primer that I use for, basically, this is for like anybody's skin really, is called Pure Canvas Primer Perfecting. Again, silicone free. The reason why I like that it's not got silicone in is that silicone can really affect your skin. It can clog your pores up. A lot of people can be allergic to silicone. So Laura Mercier has taken out any silicone ingredients in their primers. There's no silicone in their primer. You know, some primers that really blur those pores away have silicone in, and some people may need the silicone because you may have deeper pores, and you know, that's fine, but a lot of clients I deal with from everyday life don't want to clog their pores up. So this is the this is the Pure Canvas Primer, the Perfecting one, and it's a milkier consistency, and it's like a really light lotion, and it smells really yummy, and it just makes the skin, like if I feel my hands now, it makes my hand feel really silky, and that's what I want when I then go onto my foundation. I want everything to glide over really, really seamlessly. So those are my ultimate favourite primers for longevity, to make your foundation or CC cream, BB cream, whatever you're using on your skin look amazing. Another primer that I love, but I feel doesn't give you the longevity that Laura Mercier gives, but gives you the glow, is Charlotte Tilbury's Wonder Glow. I mean, guys, I've worked with Charlotte for years, since the brand started. I don't work there anymore, but I never do makeup without Wonder Glow. So even if I use Laura Mercier to hydrate the skin and to knock back any oiliness, I will always use a teeny bit of Wonder Glow and place it in certain areas around the face just to lift the complexion. I wouldn't put it all over the complexion unless the skin is really dehydrated and you want the glow. But so this is the Instant Soft Focus Beauty Glow Primer. Turn around the look of tired, dull skin in a beauty flash, powered by a fluorescent core that re-emits light around the face to reduce the appearance of wrinkles and imperfections. I mean, we all want that, and it really does. The Glow Primer gives a complexion all over soft focus spotlit effect, and I have that myself all around my complexion. You can, if you want to, mix a tiny bit of that in with the Laura Mercier one. I mean, Laura Mercier do an illuminating primer, which does the work for you, and you don't then need to mix. But if you're a makeup artist and you want to save space, you can do the mixing this way. Or, yeah. So for myself personally, as an everyday, I don't use the Laura Mercier on myself unless I'm going out. I would use the Wonder Glow for my every single day. But I probably will be moving on to a bit of the Perfecting Primer once this runs out, and then maybe squeeze a bit inside as well, just because I love the feel. So, I mean, I just think for you guys, you just gotta take some advice, understand your skincare, pick up a sample. I always say to pick up a sample first and see if your foundation sits really, really well. All I would say as well is with makeup, by understanding your skin type, you then will not go wrong finding the right foundation, the right primer for you. If you don't understand your skin type and you end up buying for dry skin, a really drying foundation and a really drying primer, your skin is going to look like 15 years older. If you buy a really oily primer and a really oily foundation for oily skin, everything's going to slide around and look a mess. If you buy a oily primer and a mattifying foundation for oily skin, your makeup's actually going to start separating, because oil and water-based products don't mix well. So you've got to understand your ingredients a bit as well. And to be honest, that is where I come in. And I am a beauty stylist as well. So if whatever I'm saying today, you want a little bit more knowledge on and a personal consultation, make sure you book that in with me. Go onto my website, philippalouisemakeup.com or .co.uk, and go on to the beauty styling section and ping me an email, and I will try and help you. Because once you've nailed that understanding and also started to understand the ingredients and what are in all your products, then you won't ever make any mistakes with your makeup, and it will make shopping in the beauty hall so much easier. But also that's where I come in as well, guys. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that little chit chat about primers, why you need them, and my favourite ones, and I will see you very soon. Any comments, message them below. Thanks very much, guys. See you soon. Bye.